Hey, Ross Hill here with PlayWilder. It is a chilly day here in Colorado, and I wanted to make a quick video for those of you who are about to put together your sealed triangle. So the first thing that you want to do is get everything out of the box, set it out on the floor like so. I'm going to show you an image of what that looks like, and then let's just walk through the components really quickly. So first you have your long leg. Now you'll notice that the long leg has two drilled out holes in it. It also has a flat edge. All the pocketed holes on the inside, those go on the inside of the triangle, not the outside. That's what the dowel's attached to, okay, or fit into. So that's the long leg. Then you have your short leg. Now you'll notice that only one hole is drilled out in the short leg. You also have a lock part. The lock is the little triangular shaped piece that can lock the legs out so that it can't fold. Sometimes people want to do that in certain situations, especially if it's at a school or anything like that. Okay, so the next part is you're going to notice that the dowel rods, if you need to put them all on one plane, because you'll notice that 3 are longer than the others. So you need to find those 3. Those 3 are going to be how we start this entire process, okay? So find the 3 longest dowel rods. You'll notice that the others are a little bit shorter, and that'll come to play here in a second. And then finally we have the triangular piece. There's 3 holes that are shaped in a triangle, and then you have your lock hole that literally is for the lock to go through. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to take my triangular piece. I'm going to take my flat sided long leg. And then I'm going to find 2 of my longer dowel rods, and I'm going to put them through the flat side, or the flat leg. Okay. Now I'm going to take my triangular piece. Remember, this is the lock hole, so it does not go on this leg. I'm going to flip the triangular piece up, take 2 of my bolts, feed them through, and leave them pretty loose. Okay, I'm going to come back and tighten this stuff up, but right this second, I'm going to leave it pretty loose because I want to make sure everything lines up properly. And by loose, I mean just hand tight. You notice I'm not even using any tools right now. I am just literally turning my fingers on this bolt with the dowel rod, which actually is like, that's kind of the secret, is you really only want the tool, the Allen wrench, once you're like well along. Now it takes a second. These are long bolts, and there's a reason for that. You guys are going to be using these for many years. We're going to have different attachments. Right now it's a triangle. Someday it might be a desk. Who knows? So I made them extra long because we want to be able to attach more pieces of wood to it if we want. Okay, so one thing I want to say as I'm doing this is don't over tighten. Do things with your hand, okay? You do not want to tighten this up yet. You don't want to tighten it up until you have the whole side put together. Now, I am really comfortable with this drill because I have put these together 150 times. But if you're used to power tools, make sure it is on the lowest setting absolutely possible, because you do not want to over tighten and chip your sealant. Now, the sealant is not going to chip when you're just using this normally. But if you take a power tool and you tighten these up so tight that it just chips through the sealant, then I would hate it for you. That's why I say just don't over tighten. Now you might not, honestly, most people aren't even going to notice. I have over tightened things. I don't notice at all. But rather than having to get sandpaper out or whatever we need to do, I would just say just don't over tighten. You just be really careful when you're putting this together. It's super sturdy, but power tools are power tools for a reason. Okay, so now I'm going to put this leg on. Now you'll notice that we have pockets for the dowel rods on this side, and we have also pockets on this side. So this leg, remember, we're going to get our longer dowel rod. I'm going to put it through the drilled hole of this leg. And when I get a bolt, it'll hold it up there for me. Now I'm just lining it up against this long leg so it has kind of a support system, and I'm just going to go down, top to bottom. I'm going to go ahead and put all my bolts in here. Okay, so what we're going to do at this point is we're going to set our legs on top. They're going to match up with the other side. And you're going to start with the 2 holes drilled straight through. Set those on top like that. Set this one down on top like so. And then you're going to go through, again, very, very loosely, and put your bolts into your dowel rods. Now, I always start with the top. I think it's the easiest way to do it. So, line it up. Oops. Okay, now, one thing to mention is these aren't tight, but I'm going to go through here and make sure that they're not too far out of alignment, because I want it to just pop down onto the pockets with no issues. Keep going over here. Okay, so now I'm just going to come through and tighten everything up. Again, not too tight. I'm not doing the final tightening yet. Just getting it tighter. Now look for any loose ones. They'd be popping up by now. Go back and hit them. Give them a new, tighten them up a little bit. Again, not too tight. We do not want them too tight. Now for extra security, we do have these locks that go in here like so. The triangle is to look cool. You can use it to tighten it up so far, but once you get really tight, you need to actually use a tool. So thank you guys so much for purchasing your PlayWilder triangle. They're awesome. I know. Don't hesitate to reach out to our customer service team. They're happy to help. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much.